10mm compact wrench makes quick work of the top and bottom bolts there on either side. Those got to come off first. So this is if you've already attached it. I'm going to put it back on and then show you what it's like to take it back off. So this thing slides into place here. You can hear it kind of click. That is in. And then to adjust it, I put my 2 fingers right here and then kind of pull straight back a little bit. And then it pops out. Alright, so I've already taken this off on the driver's side. You basically just reach underneath here with your fingers, give it a slight tug, put your hand here to get some resistance, and it pops out. It sounds like you break stuff, but all the clips are intact. Right here.
Alright, you want to basically unscrew this one I'm currently working on, the one below it, and the one above, just to be able to get in behind this once this trim is pulled out. Once removing all 3 screws, this made it a lot easier to get your arm through the plastic piece to get behind the tail light in order to push the coupler through after removing the original coupler out. The hole is only about the size of a silver dollar.
The only trouble that I had was getting this wire through here with this black piece. The other 2 couplers work just fine, but you have to twist this sideways and ease it through gently and hoping that you don't splice the wire. I didn't cut a hole in it. I'm just going to keep it tight like that, just in case something goes bad, then I don't have a hole in the rubber either. Alright, one thing I noticed after I got the black module here and the couplers together here and here is that it's going to want to fall down, and you actually need to put it up and kind of tuck it like this here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stick it right here, and then I'm going to slide this on here, and it should pop right into place. This is the first attempt, so bear with me. There you go. So make sure you go lower with it. Don't stand up too high. Get down low and push on it. If you were to look, there's the hole. That's the inside. I will cut to video right after this to show you where that hole is. To this is zip tied off to this plastic brace. Ran it.
At this point I had ran it above the suspension and then over to the skid plate. There were approximately 6 of these screw pop rivets holding the skid plate up. I removed those and then was able to run the cable underneath the skid plate. At this point I was able to use a 10mm socket to remove the final skid plate bolt. At this point I was able to run the cable up and zip tie it to various cables. I did this to avoid heat from the engine. On the next section we were looking down by the brake housing. I zip tied it as well, leaving room to unzip it if I needed to. I zip tied the remainder and tucked it behind there. The last section I zip tied the fuse box sitting straight up.
Alright, so before I took all this stuff apart, I basically just started with taking this plastic piece off and this one with the flathead screwdriver. Easily pops out, and there should be one here as well as the other side. With the remaining wires, I went ahead and cut a little piece out here for that. A photo will show that. There's the ground for it. And it said to use a 3/32, I believe. I used a 5/32 drill bit, and that seemed to do the job. Just popped it in a little bit and then screwed the rest. 3/32 is too small, but this seems to be holding just fine. So, you know, it's good. I'll put this last piece on here, and then we'll be good to go. And that's how you do it.